Chapel. Good morning, everyone. Good to see everyone here. Just a couple of announcements. This morning, I'd like to welcome Deanna Brink, Admissions Representative for School of Theology. You were here in the fall, but I'd like to say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be back. Love the energy here this morning. I feel the Holy Spirit at work here at Baker. It's awesome. So if anyone is considering or discerning a call to ministry or working in some form of social justice or just wanting to delve deeper into theological issues, please come see me after the service. I'll be around for lunch. I'd love to meet you and speak a little more with you. Thank you for coming.
And we always like when she comes in, she brings bags of snacks that then stay down there and are just available for y'all to come and eat anytime, in between classes or anything. So I saw them. Other announcement. Oh, a big one. Yes. How many of you, when you were freshmen, got one of these Bibles in your dorm room? Okay. Well, we're doing something completely different now. And you may have noticed this year, if you were a freshman, you didn't get one in your dorm room, but during the welcome Saturday when you moved in, we handed them out if you wanted one. We really like to revamp this quite a bit. Now, these Bibles we had to order in bulk. They're not the best quality in terms of the pages or anything, and just kind of bland on the outside. We like to make this more of a Baker Bible. Has Baker on it, with the Baker emblem on it, some orange, some gray, some blue or black. So we're looking at ways to do this so that when new folks come next year, they have one, or if you want one too, look at it. It'll be your own Baker Bible. And I need some help with this. If any of you are kind of graphically inclined and can help us kind of put this to print so that we can send it to the folks that we're working with, let me know afterwards, because we could really use someone with that kind of skill set. Because I haven't done this. So if anyone feels like that, let me know. We kind of know what we want to do. We just don't know how to move it from here to there on the computer. This will be something that hopefully we'll have around on campus for a long time and be very, much more attractive than just this brown blah. That most people leave in their dorm rooms. And so you got a Baker one, you won't want to leave it in your house. Once again, glad to have everyone here this morning. Let's stand and sing.
Jesus.
didn't have any specific prayer requests that were sent to me this week through email or came into the office, but I know there's a lot of things on folks' hearts. We've got a lot of things going on campus. I was at the women's basketball game last night, and they won, so they're on the Saturday. Any of the women's basketball team in here? They're probably out practicing right now. We've also got the play going on, Working the Musical. How many of you are in Working the Musical? I know there's several here. And I know the practice has been going long hours, so we pray for your health to get through the musical this weekend. It's tonight, tomorrow night, Saturday, Sunday. Right? Very good. So I hope you can make it to one of those shows this week. Track team, I think, is Iowa. Did I get that right? Iowa. Close. It's north, east of them. Okay, they're in Ohio. So keep them in your prayers too for everything that's going on with them. And also Madison. Madison, would you please stand up? Madison and I are heading a week from today to Haiti. We actually have to leave at 4 o'clock. Are you happy we're leaving? Yeah. We're actually leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning next Thursday. We're joining a team of other campus ministers across Nebraska and Kansas and some students as well. We're part of an advanced kind of site team that's going down there for about 7 days to look at different kind of work projects that we can bring back to you all, and next year hopefully have some wonderful mission opportunities for a whole bunch of Baker students to go down there, maybe over interterm, maybe spring break, maybe summer, maybe all three of those. So we're looking forward to going, but keep us in your prayers as well, because that's an early wake-up call next Thursday. Early wake-up call. And actually, Reverend Babcock there in the back will be leading the service next week, since we'll be well on our way to Haiti by then.
They won't come now.
Well, all right. So please keep all those in your prayers. I know there's some things still on your hearts and minds as well. So let's go to God in prayer. I invite you just to spend a few moments in silence. Gracious God, once again, we are so thankful. Thankful for this time to come in the midst of our busy, sometimes noisy lives, to just calm down a little bit, to focus ourselves, to be still, and know that you are God. We have busy lives, juggling academics, athletics, music, all kinds of things going on. So we ask you to be with us in the midst of all the things that we're juggling. Give us the strength, give us the courage to finish all the tasks at hand. Give us your grace and knowledge to know what needs to be done first. Be with everyone as they continue with busy schedules. Help them to be well and not sick. God, I ask a special prayers for all those folks from Nebraska and Kansas that are heading into Haiti next week. May your hand of safety be with us as we travel. May you open our hearts and minds to what could be done there for the people of Haiti, and encourage us to bring back good news from there. So that in time, maybe we can gather with dozens of students from Baker and head down there and do all kinds of incredible work. God, we have so much to be thankful for. We're thankful for this beautiful chapel that we can come to every week and just worship you and praise you. We're thankful for this community of friends who support us, who encourage us in our daily walk. May you continue to be with each and every one of us. And we pray this in the name of your Son, Jesus, who taught us to pray, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Today's scripture reading comes from the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verses 5 through 9. No one shall be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so will I be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for you shall put your people in possession of the land that I swore to your ancestors to give them. Only be strong and very courageous, being careful to act in accordance with the law that my servant Moses commanded you. Do not turn from it to the right hand or your left, so that you may be successful wherever you go. This book of the law shall not depart from out of your mouth. You shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to act in accordance with all that is written in it. And then you shall make your ways prosperous. And then you shall be successful. I hereby command you, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened or dismayed. The Lord your God is with you wherever you go.
leading music this morning. We originally this Thursday was scheduled for a matinee for the play, and so we didn't think we'd have the normal worship team up here, but the play is not. There is no matinee, but Andrew and Rachel and the others stood up here and said they take over. It's always wonderful to have one of our own Baker ambassadors speak, volunteer to come forward and share. It's one thing to share your thoughts with a class or other folks, but to stand up here in chapel, that takes some guts and some risk and getting out of your comfort zone. And we've had some ambassadors do that in the past. So this morning I'm thankful to Luke Mills, who's going to share with you this morning. So please welcome Luke.
Okay, so I don't ever get nervous for presentations, but I'm a little nervous today. Oh, hi, Mike. That's Rachel's dad. But I'm a little nervous today, but then I was kind of thinking as I was sitting here, I was like, why am I nervous? Because it's not really about me giving a presentation, it's not really for a grade, it's not really it's literally just a time for you guys to try and connect with what God has to tell you through me today, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to use that to calm my nerves a little bit. But like Rev Kev said, my name is Luke Miltz, and I'm a sophomore here at Baker. I'm a member of the Baker Ambassadors. If you're an ambassador, could you stand? If you have any questions about Baker Ambassadors or any of the events we have coming up, or if you want to become one for next year, let any of these people know. Our president is Jordan Boucher. Any of us would be happy to answer any questions you have. You can sit down. Thanks, guys. I'd like to start by saying I want to call this a message, because initially I was calling it a sermon, but I'm really not in any way qualified or experienced enough to call it a sermon. So we're just going to go with message for today. But I want to tell you a little bit about the importance of getting out of your comfort zone, and also if you want to talk about the issues that any of the topics that I bring up. After I get done talking, I'm always open to that, to discuss it more with you one-on-one, or in a group, or however, just to let you know. So, this past interterm, I took a class with Dr. Amy Laramio. She's in the back of the room. And I'm just calling out everyone. And mostly what we did was cook food in her kitchen and talk about our feelings. But also, we read a book called If You Want to Walk on Water, You Have to Get Out of Your Boat by John Ortberg. And that book is centered around how important it is to get out of your comfort zone and to take risks. And since then, that topic has become one that I'm very passionate about. So I just want you guys to all think about a time when you got out of your comfort zone a little bit, because I'm about to tell you about a time when I did that myself. So, a couple weeks ago, on February 14th, about 10 of my friends and I went to a rally at the Capitol in Topeka to protest the executive order to remove sexual orientation and gender identity as protected classes for employees of the state. I want to start off by saying that in no way is my message today in an attempt to be negative toward Brownback, because I don't think that energy is what we need. He is a human, he makes human errors, and he deserves our grace, because we all make mistakes sometimes. I know that he makes some personal ones, but he's a human just like the rest of us. That being said, the issue was very personal to me, and I felt called to join my friends as we went to Topeka to see what the rally, the protest was all about. So when we got there, some of the people were really educated. There were pastors and there were politicians, and they talked about the need to build community in Kansas and inclusive space in our state, promote protections and equal rights. The positive energy that I was hoping for when I went there. But there were also a couple people who gave speeches that were more negatively charged, that I just didn't really think we needed at the time, that I just don't think the negative energy is productive. And that made me really uncomfortable, because I just felt like some of the people were agitators and not really contributing to an overall solution or change. So as we were driving home, all 10 of us that went reacted a little bit differently. It affected us all a little bit differently. And I was just wondering why I was so uncomfortable with it. because all my friends were really empowered, and I felt really charged up too about coming back to Baker and using some of the things I learned, but I just wasn't sure how I was going to do that. So I was reflecting very prayerfully, trying to figure out what God had wanted me to learn from that experience and where I was going to go from there. And then I decided that I wanted to speak to you all about it in chapel, because I knew that Rev Kev had been talking in ambassadors meetings about how if anyone wanted to give the message one day, give him the morning off, and we could, nothing like that, and we could share whatever we wanted. I don't need that. So we could share if we wanted, and so I started thinking research about how I would frame a message that I wanted to give. So the first piece of really compelling evidence toward the importance of getting out of your comfort zone that I found was found in Martin Luther King Jr.'s last speech. You guys have all heard it, I'm sure, at least pieces of it. It's the one where he talks about how he has been to the mountaintop. It's iconic. And if you haven't heard it, you should go find a clip, because there are some on YouTube. And he is giving it to a group of union workers and other people in the audience. And he says, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands at times of challenge, or is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." As we all know, Martin Luther King Jr. is a champion for civil rights, for equality. He was a minister in the church, and he was an activist. In my reflection, I had found that I don't want to be an activist, but I do want to be a voice. I did want to take back what I'd learned, how that experience had made me feel, and come back to you guys today with something positive from it, so that we could all learn as a Baker community. Further in my research, I found a video by success mogul Brian Tracy. And when I've been practicing this, I was counting on Matt Mogul or Jake Mogul to be in the audience, because I had this mogul joke about how their name is Mogul, M-O-G-L-E, and he's a success mogul, M-O-G-U-L. It's not as funny now that I have to explain it to you. I was going for a little comedic break there. Anyway, he makes promotional materials for marketers and entrepreneurs that are motivational. And in one of his videos that I watched, he says, "The wonderful nature of boldness is that properly directed, it builds the habit of courage in the person who practices it." The wonderful nature of boldness is that properly directed, it builds the habit of courage in the person who practices it. Now, I'm sharing this with you not because you all connect with some sort of hoity-toity, basically televangelist man who wants you to call a 1-800 number about business, because a lot of people don't really connect with that, but I believe that ministry is about coming to people where they are, and this is actually something, as cheesy as it sounds, as a business major, I guess, that I connect with, and I think it's really cool, and it is motivational to me, and I hope that some of you feel the same way, because I feel like regardless of where you come from academically or in life, the message is important, because he is saying you can't be successful in any of your endeavors without taking a risk. When we left the protest that day, we came back, and that week we started talking and generating interest, and the energy that we had brought back from Topeka led us to see the need to start an organization called the Baker Total Equality Alliance. The mission of our organization was to build community on Baker's campus for people who identify with the LGBT plus community or our allies, to start conversations and to build Baker into a safer space. And God blessed us with the support of 53 people at our very first meeting to come and have open conversations and start building that community that we had wanted. We were overwhelmed with this. By the way, we have another meeting tonight at 9 p.m. in Baby 100, if you want to come. But we were overwhelmed with this support. And we know that it will continue to be successful. But more on the note of courage. In the Bible, in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9, part of what Alec just read. It is narrated, "This is my command, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." This is my command, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. What this means is, if you take that leap of faith and you fall, God will catch you. But more than that, God will enable you to be successful and be all you can be. So get out of your comfort zone. In closing, I would just like to reiterate the importance of getting out of your comfort zone and trying to make that difference and taking that risk, because God is on your side and no one ever made a difference without taking a risk.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you for taking a risk and being up here today.
Couple reminders, get warm potato soup right after chapel today in the basement. Everybody's welcome. Also, once again, if you feel inclined to help with the Bible project, meet me afterwards. Thanks again to all of the musicians who are pitching in today. Let's stand and sing our closing hymn.
Here in your love, no place I'd rather be.
God bless you and keep you. May God make His face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May you feel God's blessing every day of your life this week. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, let everybody say together. Amen.